Hi, I'm Nina, you're the answer being Hipster Darlings, and today we're going to talk about Equilibrium, which is a movie that stars Christian Bale, Taye Diggs, Emily Watson, and Sean Bean. This movie is in a fascist future where all forms of feelings are illegal, a man in charge of enforcing the law rises to overthrow the system. This is a really good movie. It's really interesting. It's not a entirely original concept. It's not the best acting. It is not executed the best, but I really liked it because the color symbolic imagery was fantastic. First of all, the film is basically entirely muted almost to a black and white background, and black and white for all of the people, even their skin tones are very white, very black and white. And I think I'm pretty sure this represents the black and white of their society, of this is good, this is bad, there's no in between, none. Black, white, no gray. So colors like yellow, red, blue, they all really stick out. These are primary colors, and it's not entirely unforeseen why these would stick out on such a blank canvas of a background. All of the art is preserved by the criminals, by the renegades, by the resistance, because the government wants to burn all of these sensory things because it makes people want to feel things again. And government calls the human emotion, the human need to feel, a disease because of the abysmal lows and the need for violence at those abysmal lows. And that's where they find a cure for it. And they find a cure, and everyone's just kind of flat. There's nothing to these characters when they take their medicine. They are just pure, cruel logic, but that's not the way the system goes. A lot of the higher-ups don't take the meds because it's not... Why would you? Where is innovation coming from? Where is beauty coming from? Where is sadness and where is love coming from? It all comes from the same place of emotion. Beauty comes from emotion. Beauty and emotion and love and all of this is designed as a sort of paradox that parallels the universe. And so it's very interesting to see that people want to lock it down, but in reality are just making it more complicated. And so when we see the flashbacks to the sense offenders, who is the main guy's wife and the Sean Bean's lover, when we see them, we see beautiful flesh tones and reds and yellows and blues. And I think this is really important because this is where we see the color and the fact that not everything is black and white. Everything can kind of be a different color. And so individuality is replaced with equality and sameness, and the children all go through the same schooling, and all of the people go through the same thing. You have a slightly different job, you go through this. People who are clerics go through that. People who are bricklayers go through this, etc., etc. And the drug is called an opiate by the government. No one's really even denying it anymore. It's an opiate. It's something that makes you, could be potentially very addictive. And these people have never seen beauty in their entire lives because they don't feel anything. And so it's really interesting to see when the main character sees beauty or hears it more accurately for the first time, because he listens to Beethoven for the first time, what he actually feels. And as an adult, I can't imagine, like, living your entire life this way and then realizing that it's entirely wrong. These people don't have pets. They barely have children. They can't have sex except for procreation purposes. I think that was a thing. That was not highly, that wasn't highly highlighted, but I think that was a thing in this. And cleric doesn't when the cleric doesn't take his dose, he finally starts to see that some of his world, some of the logic, is complete asinine insanity. And so it's very, very weird. And people use emotive words in this society that doesn't have emotions, even though they don't understand them. Like, there were plenty of people that said, I am glad to do this. You're not glad to do anything. You just do it. You're a shell. And so it is very interesting to me to see that this is kind of a thing that happened. This movie was filmed, I think, in 2000, but was taken to theaters in 2002. And so this is kind of a very interesting time in our American sensibilities because it's right after 9/11 and Saddam Hussein is pictured as one of the main dictators of the past, and so I think that this is a little bit of a cautionary tale of what could have been. I think that especially, you know, now that we're kind of 10 years down the road and hindsight is a little bit more 20/20, I think that this movie took it a little to the extreme, but I think that that's kind of interesting, and I think that seeing where we could have gone is definitely more interesting than seeing where we did go. And this movie is kind of all about the amalgamation of the different cautionary tales of the past, like 1984, Brave New World, Fahrenheit 451, many other dystopian classics, including Atlas Shrugged and Anthem by Ayn Rand, and also I would contend The Scarlet Letter for those who are condemned by their strict society. And we kind of feel for those people. We understand those people more than we do the society because for a lot of reasons. We understand their anger and their pain because they are the only ones that have it. So I think that's really interesting. I think that hit on a lot of high notes. I think that was one of my favorite parts, was learning about the resistance in this movie. I would definitely recommend this. I would not recommend it to people who are sensitive about dogs being in films, because I am, and I almost stopped watching this film because they almost killed the dog. That is something that is very relevant to my enjoyment of a movie, because I could never live without my darling pups. I have 5 of them, and they are all my babies, and dear God, what I would do to someone who killed one. So that is kind of all of my thoughts. I'm sorry this is not in a more stylized format, but that's not what I do. So if you like this video, please give it a like. Thank you so much for watching it. If you want to talk more about this movie, I will be down in the comments, and I will talk to you guys later. We are going to watch The Producers next, which is going to be awesome because it's got John Barrowman. Seriously, I love that man. But anyways, I will talk to you guys very, very soon, and I enjoy this movie. Please go watch it. We'll talk some more about it. Okay, till I see you guys next. Bye, guys.